Well, as of right now, we don't know exactly where the fight is going to be at. We don't know the location of the fight. The Sphere is one of the places that they talked about. So we don't know if it's 100% going to be there. And this is not actually a fight, it's an exhibition.
Okay.
So we're going to do it again, and hopefully we're going to entertain the people.
Did you see what Floyd said? I think he's saying that he feels it's an exhibition and not a real fight.
Is that what he's feeling? But he signed a real fight.
So it's for sure?
Yes, the contract that we signed is a real fight.
Real fight, okay. Yeah, because I know he said...
I want to fight an exhibition.
No exhibition. It's either real fight or nothing.
Yeah, it's a real fight, yeah.
I mean, I have to say this. Mayweather, come on, dude. Fight a real fight. You're still trying to protect your O? Yes, you're 50-0 on paper, but people know you've lost. Shit, your own father said you lost against me back when we fought. And what's crazy is that people don't know that we had a rematch clause for 1 year. And what do? Your pussy ass retires for 1 year and 1 day.
You see somebody like Floyd Mayweather, that's the oldest trick in the book, y'all. Y'all know. When y'all see somebody flogging money everywhere, they got this, they got that, they got this. Was it Gervonta Davis? Tank told us 2 years ago that the reason they held Floyd Mayweather, you can put it back on the screen, captain, in Dubai is because he had owed them money and they wouldn't release him until he announced the fight to give them their money back. You know they do that over there in Dubai, right? You ain't going nowhere if you owe a debt. He was trapped over there for almost 2 months, according to Gervonta. They shared the same manager, Al Layman, who collected money in cash.
And by the way, there's an update right now posted on Inside the Ring show that the camp of Team Pacquiao, which I expected, would say that this is a pro fight. That's not the biggest problem that I see right now. It is not. So, if you think about this really, an announcement was made. Pacquiao says it on social media and on interviews. Then suddenly Floyd Mayweather says something different. This is something to be worried about.
The entire boxing world has grown completely exhausted by the non-stop games, and there is no doubt about the anger being expressed. Floyd Mayweather has made it abundantly clear that he wants a way out, suddenly stepping away from what was supposed to be a legally binding professional rematch and instead seeking the protection of an exhibition bout. In doing so, he has fueled the belief that he is unwilling to put his perfect 50-0 record on the line against a highly motivated Manny Pacquiao. This is no longer just a cancelled super fight. Many fans view it as a direct insult, and the combat sports community appears more than ready to challenge the untouchable legacy he spent years building.
So everyone good?
Yeah, first of all, May back to you at Sphere. What part did being at the Sphere kind of play you taking that fight?
Well, as of right now, we don't know exactly where the fight is going to be at. We don't know the location of the fight. The Sphere is one of the places that they talked about. So we don't know if it's 100% going to be there. And this is not actually a fight, it's an exhibition.
Okay.
So we're going to do it again, and hopefully we're going to entertain the people.
Right. And as far as that, what's it be like fighting him again, like 11 years later now?
It's just, I never really took any abuse, in the sport of boxing. Still extremely healthy, work out every day. And, I got an exhibition with Mike Tyson also, another exhibition in Greece. So if I'm just sitting at home and I'm just working out every day, spending time with my grandson and spending time with my children, I said, why not go out, have a little fun, entertain, and put on some exhibitions? So
the collision course between these two camps has completely spiraled out of control. Manny Pacquiao is drawing a firm line in the sand and reportedly refuses to participate in what he views as nothing more than a glorified sparring match. He wants a fully sanctioned professional contest with official judges and a result that becomes part of both fighters' permanent records. The most surprising part is that the available paperwork reportedly supports his position.
Manny, by chance, did you see what Floyd said? I think he's saying that he feels it's an exhibition and not a real fight.
Is that what he's feeling? But he signed a real fight.
So it's for sure?
Yes, the contract that we signed is a real fight.
Real fight, okay. Yeah, because I know he said
I want to fight an exhibition.
No exhibition. It's either real fight or nothing.
Yeah, it's a real fight. Yeah.
Is Fear still in Las Vegas?
That's that's the contract that he signed. I mean,
Yeah. Okay, so it's still happening then.
he has to remember that.
But it's still on? It's still happening?
Oh yeah, we did sign the contract already, so there's no reason why, you know,
Why wouldn't?
why wouldn't they?
Yeah. All right. You look good. You look already in shape. What adjustments do you think you're gonna make for the rematch? Adjustments compared to the first fight.
I have the improve and better strategy compared to the last one.
I know it's something you've been wanting for a very long time. I know you felt that that first fight wasn't, the best of you, right?
Yeah. This time, no squeeze. No squeeze.
Industry insiders, including ESPN's Mike Coppinger, have delivered major revelations, reporting that a legally binding contract for a professional fight has already been signed and finalized. Netflix did not simply make assumptions when it issued its massive worldwide announcement. Because of that, the sudden change in direction from the opposite side has left many people throughout the boxing industry wondering what game is actually being played behind the scenes.
Yeah, Max, so Mayweather threw some cold water on any excitement for the fight with Manny Pacquiao in September when last week he did an interview and said that it's not going to be a real fight, it's going to be an exhibition and not necessarily going to be at the Sphere. And Max, that really puzzled me because this wasn't just reporting. Netflix, a multi-billion-dollar company, officially announced that this would be a real fight at the Sphere. So earlier this morning, I spoke to Jazz Mather, who is the CEO of Manny Pacquiao Promotions, and he said it is absolutely a real fight. There's a signed contract. Mayweather signed it. It's in there. That it's a real fight that'll count on their records, and it's going to be at the Sphere. So I'm not sure what Floyd is talking about. I don't know if Floyd got bad advice, but he's contracted, so it would be a breach if not. I don't see him turning down a major payday over this, but we'll bear watching. And also, I'm told that further to that, Pacquiao has no interest in this if it's not a real fight.
You have to question the true motivation behind attempting to downgrade a huge professional showdown into a simple exhibition event. Much of the industry discussion points directly toward fear. Analysts such as Max Kellerman have openly shared their perspective on the matter. The reality of age may finally be catching up with an aging fighter. Approaching 50 years old, the body no longer responds the same way it once did. The dominant theory is that protecting an undefeated and carefully preserved 50-0 legacy has become too important to risk. Facing a highly motivated opponent who still believes he was denied victory in 2015 represents a significant gamble. A legitimate fight brings legitimate danger, and the sudden push toward an exhibition appears suspiciously like an effort to protect a perfect record while still collecting a massive payday.
It happened after its expiration date. We will never have the actual answer. You and I might agree, Mayweather was too long, too good a boxer, naturally bigger guy and better defense. But we will never actually know the answer to that question because we never got to see it 5 years earlier. Now, Shady makes the point, Malik, that this is not like Crawford-Canelo, and it's not. But it's also not exactly like Jake Paul and Mike Tyson.
It's nowhere near that stuff.
So what is it? What are we, because Netflix doesn't seem to care if this is more of kind of a carnival or an exhibition, or if it's like the greatest, biggest fight in the world. What they're looking for are eyeballs, right? Where does this fall, Mayweather and Pacquiao, on the most legitimate Crawford-Canelo side of the spectrum, or the kind of sideshow Jake Paul, Mike Tyson side of the spectrum?
To piggyback off of what Shady was saying, I actually believe people will feed into it heavy because we're talking about two of the elites of all time. They both are extremely technically sound. They both are known for what they have done in the ring. Obviously, Mayweather got the huge promotion market behind him. So does Pacquiao. I just think it does numbers. And I also would be like a huge fan of it. I think the way how Floyd is looking lately, whether it's in the gym and the way how Pacquiao has been looking in his last fight, I'm really into the fight if they're going to do it again, especially if it's going to be on the best stage in the world, the ring, the Netflix, and the same type of numbers going on.
The controversy is no longer limited to the two fighters directly involved. Former rivals have jumped directly into the chaos. Oscar de la Hoya launched a completely unfiltered rant that quickly went viral and set social media ablaze. He held nothing back, describing the sudden retreat as pure cowardly behavior. De la Hoya also revisited his own complicated history, claiming that a very similar tactic had been used against him years earlier. According to Oscar, a retirement announcement conveniently appeared to avoid their agreed rematch clause, only for the retirement to end the moment that clause officially expired.
Yo, what's up, guys? I wasn't going to do a clapback, but all the news on Mayweather, Pacquiao, potentially falling apart. I mean, I have to say this. Mayweather, come on, dude. Fight a real fight. You're still trying to protect your O? Yes, you're 50-0 on paper, but people know you've lost. Shit, your own father said you lost against me back when we fought. And what's crazy is that people don't know that we had a rematch clause for 1 year. And what do? Your pussy ass retires for 1 year and 1 day. Bro, ever since I got beat up by Manny Pacquiao in my last fight, I've wanted to fight every single day, but I couldn't because I wasn't right. Physically, emotionally, I just wasn't right. All that depression, all that shit that I had within my spirit. But now, these last 5 years, I've put in the work, man. Woo! I did a lot of work, and I feel happy. I feel at peace. And you know what? A man at peace is a dangerous fucking man. I can fucking take on King Kong if I want and beat his ass. Shit, I'll even fight Jake Paul. Let's go.
This harsh public criticism added even more fuel to the growing fire, creating an image of a legendary fighter who may have spent years carefully avoiding legitimate threats whenever the circumstances failed to perfectly favor him.
People want to know, how do you beat Manny Pacquiao on the second go-around?
We both winners. Because it's an exhibition, so we're both winners. We just want to go out there and entertain the people and put on a good show.
All of this maneuvering leads directly to a massive and uncomfortable question circulating throughout the sports world. Is the man famous for constantly displaying enormous amounts of cash actually running low on money? Rumors continue to spread suggesting he may be heavily overextended financially or perhaps even broke. The sudden urgency to schedule several unusual exhibition fights has raised serious concerns. Booking a match against a kickboxer in Greece while also discussing an exhibition with Mike Tyson does not resemble the behavior of a comfortable billionaire enjoying retirement. Instead, many observers see it as a rapid search for fresh income. When a retired fighter suddenly begins traveling around the world chasing random paydays, the narrative shifts from a triumphant comeback to questions about financial trouble.
What's going on?
The financial complications behind the scenes are threatening to move this entire situation from the boxing ring directly into the courtroom. Reports containing major allegations suggest that a significant cash advance tied to the fight purse has already been accepted. That development creates an enormous legal headache. The opposing side appears to be presenting a simple choice. Either honor the agreement and participate in a sanctioned professional fight exactly as outlined in the contract, or face potentially severe legal consequences for breaching that agreement. You cannot accept money for a major professional main event and then attempt to replace it with a casual exhibition. The tension has reportedly reached a boiling point, and legal teams are said to be preparing for a major battle if the signed obligations are not fulfilled.
So, number one, as we stand, this fight is not canceled. I know that there were some things spreading around, some boxing news outlets and stuff yesterday. It is not canceled in any way. Floyd Mayweather is in a breach. He is officially in a breach. He's been in a breach since the day he went out and said what he said on Saturday, but he's officially in a breach as of yesterday. He has a cure period. There are certain things that he needs to do, and he has multiple breaches, not just one. So this was never an exhibition. It was never going to be an exhibition. It was never signed as an exhibition. Manny Pacquiao has no interest in doing an exhibition with Floyd. And just for the record, what the public doesn't know, Floyd Mayweather signed not one, not two, but 3 different agreements on 3 different dates with 2 different parties that ultimately got intertwined in the month of January. And this is all related to his return to professional boxing. First one was on October 24th. The second one was on November 6th. Third one was on December 14th. He received money for all 3 agreements when he signed them, okay? Not only that, he's taken an advance on his purse on this Mayweather-Pacquiao fight, okay, on his fight against Pacquiao. So there's another lender also that's now involved in this, okay? So him saying that it's not at the Sphere, him saying that there's no real fight, that's complete bullshit.
Patience throughout the boxing community has completely disappeared. Media members and hardcore fans alike are beginning to turn away from what many now view as a circus. The backlash has been intense, loud, and impossible to ignore. Veteran boxing journalist Dan Rafael perfectly summarized the frustration felt throughout the industry when he bluntly stated that he would rather set himself on fire than watch another replay of their famous first meeting.
But as I said to you in Las Vegas, I'd rather set myself on fire than watch that rematch, because it was, I've said that, I'm not even joking about this, it was the worst experience of my 25-plus year career covering boxing. Absolutely horrible in every sense of the word. The fight stunk, that was the culmination, but everything about it was horrible. I have no interest, personally. What I found interesting is that I don't know, a month and a half ago, there was an announcement that Floyd Mayweather was going to fight Mike Tyson in an exhibition match. So I'm not sure where that fits into the situation. I mean, supposedly they have a signed agreement for that fight pending landing, I guess, some kind of broadcast partner. Whether they've done that or not, I don't know. But, it seems like Floyd, for a guy that's been retired for almost 10 years, is pretty busy. It's just a matter of, like, do we not have anything fresh in boxing? Is it so pathetic that we have to run back a shitty fight from 12 years ago? I mean, look, Manny looked pretty good when he fought Barrios in July. It wasn't like he looked like an old man. I thought he won the fight, to be quite honest. A lot of people thought he won the fight. Floyd hasn't been in the ring in a real fight, quote unquote real fight, because his final official fight was against Conor McGregor, who was making his pro debut. You got to go back to 2017 for that fight. So we're coming up on a decade since he's been in the.
People increasingly feel manipulated. They feel as though they have been fooled by years of broken promises and constantly shifting expectations. When a promoter places personal branding and financial gain above genuine competitive integrity, audiences tend to notice very quickly. The excitement that originally surrounded the blockbuster announcement has gradually transformed into frustration and resentment, with fans demanding legitimate fights instead of carefully orchestrated money-making exhibitions.
What Mayweather and Pacquiao are doing right now. I think you are dramatically overestimating what the size of the audience is going to be. Sure, it'll be seven figures because anything on Netflix is seven figures because it has 270 million subscribers worldwide. It will be seven figures, but it won't sniff the kind of numbers that those other fights did. And that's a problem, I think, for Netflix. Netflix is in the big number business. They're in the event business. I think if you take away the carrot of this being a real fight, that is going to diminish this fight considerably in the eyes of a lot of people, man.
The only carrot here is the fact that Netflix is on board. And if you have a Netflix subscription, you're going to get to watch this for free. My neighbors, my elderly neighbors, they're the ones that actually told me about Mike Tyson and Roy Jones Jr. when it happened. They were into that fight. They bought that pay-per-view. You think they're not going to watch the fight if it's free on Netflix with two familiar names? It's going to be a mega success, but it's going to be a terrible fight. It's going to be two geriatric has-been old greats that are just doing it for the money, and we're just watching for the intrigue. That's it.
I would say this. This is just my opinion. I don't think Netflix knew that Mayweather was going to say that. I think they went into this fight with the belief that it was going to be a real fight. That's what I think. And will this change their opinion of it? I don't know. But I think it definitely diminishes the size of the audience when this fight ultimately happens. However that's measured, it's got to do look, the Taylor Serrano fight did 5 million views? That's an incredible number generally, but Netflix looks at a number like that and goes that's not really for us, because we can put anything on there, do 5 million views. Anything. They could put a replay of Mora Manfredo on there. It would do 1 million views.
You know what? I've been waiting for the Netflix.
And we're off.
Contender Season 1. Come on, Netflix. Contender Season 1.
Season 1. Let's go. Run it back.
Everything is at stake right now, and time continues to run out. This situation extends far beyond a single paycheck or the launch of a streaming platform. It is ultimately about legacy and how history will remember one of boxing's biggest names. The central question remains impossible to ignore. Will a legally binding contract force a real and dangerous fight where an undefeated record could finally be broken, or will one of the greatest defensive fighters in boxing history once again find a way to escape the challenge? The entire boxing world is watching closely, waiting to see whether the fighter or the businessman ultimately steps forward. But what do you think about the ongoing controversy surrounding Floyd Mayweather and the claims that he is avoiding a real fight? Is he concerned about the challenge ahead? Will the rematch actually happen? Let us know in the comments below. That's all for today's video. If you enjoyed the content, make sure to leave a like, subscribe to the channel, and activate the notification bell so you never miss future uploads. Don't forget to share your opinion in the comments section. Stay tuned, and we'll see you in the next video.